Everyone, it's your boy IBX Toy Cat, and I'm welcoming you back to another live stream on the internet. I feel kind of bad about how streamers has gone. I'm gonna be frank with you. I feel like honestly, like in unlike previous years where YouTube streaming's been this great thing, YouTube streaming is still at this place where it is this active detriment in some ways. And it's really, sometimes it's hard to motivate yourself to do things that are, like, good for you. This is a challenge in life. Like, how do you find the motivation to eat right, or to go to the gym, or whatever your struggles in life are? But I think the more interesting struggle is struggling to do things that you probably should do, you've said you'll do, but also that you know are bad for you. You know? I feel like people do terrible things they're probably not meant to all of the time. Partially because of this little paradox. So anyway, hello everyone, I'm IBX Toy Cat. I want to get myself out of this cave, but I'm not really sure how. Honestly, I don't even know how I found myself in here, if I'm being honest with you. But I know there's a way out, and so we're gonna go look for that right now. It's gonna be fun. I could also try and get myself some glowberries or some moss while I'm here, but we'll save that for now. I do want to get myself like tons of clay. But I still haven't worked out like a great project use for it, so that's a thing. Fix your face cam, lol. One sec. Fix your face cam, lol. Am I standing too close to it again, so I'm like clipping over the top like this? Is that a bother to you? Let me see what it looks like. I guess it's weird. It looks like I have a very flat head. But anyway, yeah, if I just stand a tiny bit further back. It's a problem because if I the easiest thing to do would be to raise the height of the, like, there we go. But then I don't know what it is with the angles, but it clips only at, like, I guess the green screen isn't perfectly lined up with the thing. So I probably could, wait. Okay, so I think it's not lined up this way. So, wait. This is where the green screen's not lined up. So I just have to... Did I get it, chat? Did I get it? Ooh, there's like the tiniest pixel over there. Okay, wait, if we just, there we go. You know what? Close enough. Toy Cat, he's our man. If he can't kill slams, no one can. You know what? Loving the hype man mode today. David, good to see it. Love to hear it. Okay, so I want to get out of this cave. I don't know where we're gonna end up after we do that. Let's hope somewhere good, huh? No. Yeah, let's work this out. Oh, also, I need to record some background gameplay. I've been missing some pretty desperately. One of the funny things, like, the mic muted trend, I always think about it, and it's like, this must be something people still fall for regularly, or people wouldn't do it, is my first thought. My second thought is, like, actually, it's, you know, like, is that how things work? People haven't laughed at jokes that people tell all the time, you know, like Ligma or whatever, and people still tell those all the time. And so maybe, like, the mic muted is like, okay, doesn't matter about the fact that it's fun or that it's going to get a result. What matters is, maybe it does something. Anyway, a quick reminder, Christmas Eve is in 2 days and Christmas Day is in 3 days. Oh yeah, that's like, that fact is breaking me as a human being right now. If I'm going to level with you, that is hurting my ability to exist as a person when I'm thinking about it. Okay, so I want to get out of this cave, chat. I don't know where how to get out of it though. I guess we just like start staircasing and see where we go. Okay, so now we gotta get a second screen cap going, and then we make this one over there. I'm sorry for the mess, chat. In Australia, Christmas Eve is tomorrow. Get out of here with your Australianness. I don't want to hear what's happening in Australia. You know what? If I wanted to hear what was happening in Australia, I'd flip the real world. Okay, I need to fix up the green screen a little bit. Switch to this chroma key instead of that chroma key. See, look at that. I'm a professional, basically. How much dedicated wham? How much dedicated wham do you need to server? You know what's funny? The guy, like, actually leaned into that bit. There's a funny thing about that. Like, I think this applies to some extent to the whole like, what do you do if you're cancelled thing. But, like, some, like, I think in general, when people make jokes about you, like, leaning into the joke is a smart way to avoid being, to avoid bad things, to be simple. Sounds like it's a vague threat, but I assure you it's not. Australia isn't real, just like birds are a government plot, says David Solomano. I mean, I'm just saying, have you ever seen Australia and birds in the same room? I think not. Suspicious mark. Are these caves that I've never been in before? Wow, I think that is the case. It's so weird to find stuff like this below your world that... I just want to get out of here, though, if I'm being honest with you. I just want to be out of here. It's too strange. You know, I'm just saying, mushroom caves, they add a little bit to the game, right? Australia, like the prison. Oh, you think you like Australia? Well, name all the prisoners who live there. Yes, we actually do have birds, says Aquaplayers. Yeah, that's what Australia wants you to think. You ever look at the birds they have in Australia? You ever see what a flamingo looks like? You ever see a cassowary or whatever it's called? I'm just saying, if those things, you know, like a very cute animal I've been looking at videos of is it's got Kookaburra, I think is the name. It's very adorable, very adorable. Australia's a conspiracy to stop people from thinking about New Zealand. Now that right there, that sounds like a reliable theory. Okay, now we're in a mine shaft that I have been through. Honestly, this mine shaft is so lit up. Like, do you see this? It looks like... Maybe I've just been in a cave for so long, but it looks like perfectly lit everywhere. Like, it looks like I've got a night vision potion on. I don't see a single dark patch in this cave. You know, fair enough, I guess. I like Canada because of the flag. You know, that's a bold opinion to have. That's very bold. Let's see if that works out for you. You need to come to Canada, Toy Cat, says Ian Dellinger. I've been to Canada, Toy Cat. Quite a few. I've been to all the provinces besides the Maritimes. Actually, yeah, like, I've been to all of them besides Saskatchewan, if that's a real province. The Manitoba, I want to say. And then the island, and then New Brunswick, because I don't recognize Old Brunswick, so... I think that's over half of the Canadian provinces. I think I've probably been to more Canadian provinces than Canadians have been to. I think that has to be factually accurate, right? So yeah, best flag is the Welsh flag. I agree. The best flag is the Welsh flag, because you know what? I am Welsh. I'm glad someone has given me an opportunity to say it. Okay, so I need to get out of here. This is my super flat, which is causing some interesting problems I wasn't expecting. Hey, Stitch!
Hello, Toy Cat. Thank you for all of the content. Merry Christmas. Hang in there.
Merry Christmas to you too, and you hang in places too. You hang into those places, like I know you can. Yeah, no, Merry Christmas and a happy, you know, everything that comes after it. I'd love to travel broke. Oh, you'd love to travel? You'd love to put my grandmother at risk for your enjoyment, you sick monster. Darkidus666. Okay. I actually needed the dirt that whatever. I put it in a chest wrongly there. Nah, Bhutan's flag is the best flag. Alberta sucks, not gonna lie, says roaming too. Ooh, we got some spicy opinions going on here. So, I found, okay, you know, chat, I think I've said this before. I hate beer. It just isn't a good drink. It's not tasty, it's not good, it's not a thing I enjoy. However, I found this banana bread beer from Eagle Brewery. It sounds very American to me. And so I have to know, you know, if I liked one fruit beer 2 weeks ago. I was like, this is okay. I could drink this vaguely. It tastes like squash but beer. And so can I drink banana bread beer? Let's find out. This is me getting in the festive spirit. No, I get really excited to get into the Christmassy spirit, and then, like, I don't know, December just escaped me this year. I guess I'm like going through too much effort to, like, survive. And that's a problem. People always say, like, oh, it's fine to just do that. But, like, is it? Is that what we really want? Also, I wonder why this door is not waterlogged. It's a Java door chilling down here. Beer tastes like butt. No, beer tastes like worse than... If beer tasted like butt, I'd be like, well, okay, that's a neutral flavor. It tastes like urine deposits. It tastes like tastes like very bad things. Just take care of yourself, Toy Cat says. Cancer's attitude. You know what? Isn't that the contrary of the attitude we're meant to have in the world? Aren't we meant to take care of as many people as we can? Isn't that the thing that we're all like, isn't that the point? Germans drink warm beer, huh? I could be wrong on this, but I think it's room temperature. Which, admittedly, I would argue room temperature is quite warm, depending on how warm the room is. Like, obviously, that's a key piece of information. But I think that... Man, I wonder why it's so laggy. Oh, I think I turned up the AA recently. It was for a thing in a video. So let's go turn that down. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, I rendered this in max, right? Man, no one even pointed that out. Thank you, chat, for being so... Look at the frame rate. This is what Minecraft should look like. You didn't even notice... I've gone straight from thank you for not pointing that out to, you know what? You're all dumb. How did you not spot that something was wrong? Didn't even think something was a bit off there? Anyway, what does banana bread beer taste like? It tastes exactly like beer, with the subtlest, not even bread, not even like banana aftertaste. There is a bread aftertaste. You ever think to yourself, what if beer could taste like bread? And I think it already has like something in there. Yeah, this is great. I love this. I recommend you buy this for your friends and family. It's available all good middle of little sections. Yep, that's the place. What if it... Oh man, that... Why was that? Why is this a beverage? I really would like to know. The beer is glitching a bit. Yeah, the green screen that I have is actually more yellow than green when it's on the camera, because yellow always glitches out. Whereas if I show you something green, here is my straw collection. Here is a green straw. As you can see, the green straw is... Oh, actually, the green straw is... Usually green things aren't broken. Okay, wait. Here is a Nintendo 64 controller. The A button is green, clearly, right? This is a green A button. Sorry, it's so dusty. Everything in my house is dusty. I'm exhausted by how much dust exists. And I went through and I undusted it when I moved in. And then more dust just appears. Because here's the thing, you can never remove dust. You just get it into the air. But then once you leave it alone for a bit, it settles down onto other things. I'm just confused more than anything. Like, is everyone says dust is human skin cells or whatever, which I don't think is true. But like it's in part true. Like it's got, obviously that's like a big component on it, but it's not the only one. But just like how do you get dust out? Like does everyone else have dust in their life? Am I doing something wrong that everything becomes dusty all of the time? Like I genuinely, like, is this just I'm bad at living by myself? Am I meant to, nothing a moist cloth can't handle? Am I meant to like spend, like, don't clean your room, kids, entropy always wins. Exactly, if you just don't clean your room, you're guaranteed, you know, like, cleaning your room has a fixed cost and a potential benefit of, whereas clearly, use a vacuum. But when you vacuum dust, it doesn't come off, like if it's, like, settled on there. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? I hope you know what I'm saying. Yeah, pretty sure much of dust is dead skin. I think that is it's one of those easily repeatable facts, right? But I don't know if that makes it a true fact. You know, there's all sorts of things that are easily repeatable. Have you lost weight, says Chimzar? I mean, I did have a weight with me, and now I cannot find it, and so, see, that's funny. Okay, so what are we gonna do today, chat? I know the stream title says something about the deep dark, but what should we actually do? Considered a maid, says PTSD. Yeah, that's the plan. That is the long-term plan. Do you believe poor zoning laws are the cause of out-of-control housing market as well as car-dominated cities, says PattyMan55. So the one flaw of that argument, which I do hear a lot and which does perfectly make sense to me. It's okay, it's been 5 years since you ate the Carolina Reaper. How do you feel about making predictions about specific dates now? Do you know they moved the date on that? Because there was like some... Like, I was correct. They just moved it at the last minute. So, I was correct, you know. I was correct, but off by a bit, you know. Build some random thing. That's what you're best at. You know what? I am very good at building random things. Dustin Holmes has contained about 20 to 50% dead skin cells. See, 20 to 50%, like, everyone always points out the stat like it's 99%. And it's like, no, there's some horrifying things in there. Can you predict the date of Christmas in 2022, says David Solomano. You know what? I've been thinking about it real hard. I think next year, Christmas is going to be on the 26th. And hear me out here, right? If you account for COVID time and leap years and, you know, the fact that people are bad at doing things on time, I think we'll have to delay Christmas to the 26th next year. It seems only logical that such a thing will happen. 20 to 50% is so vague, though. Yeah, even that statistic is saying nothing. It's saying either a fifth or half. It's like, that is a big gap. If someone said to you, like, oh yeah, we've lost, you know, you've had a pretty big bad week on the stock market. And it's like, how much have I lost? Between 20 and 50%. And it's like, have I lost a fifth of my life savings or a half? You don't, there's no room for in specifics here. Quick cat. Now there's a second way to get wood underground. Find a lush cave, kill a skeleton, get bones, bone mill a azalea tree, punch it. Yeah, I've been planning a video about living underground for a while. I was considering doing 100 days, but I might do something else now. But I think that is a very fun idea. Oh, the haste beacon works all the way up here. I guess it pokes through the soil, wherever that is. Beacon? Oh, the beacon, you can't see it from this high up. Which is very weird that I'm getting the effect anyway. Place some wheat in your sky-high wheat farm. Now that's an idea if I've ever heard one. No, what I want to do, I had this idea. Because first of all, I want to make sure this staircase down actually works. But second of all, I want, like, you know, just for fun. There's something quirky about a staircase that works this way, right? I enjoy it on some level. But then also I want to make like a better tunnel into this thing. One that like I can fly into from another place. And so that's what I'm going to be doing precisely. Staircase, says Manual Reader 86. Is this not a staircase in your opinion? Manual, rather. I mean, that's probably one of those Xbox Live default gamer tags, right? You know, a part of me wants to make fun of people who have their default Xbox Live gamer tags, but like, given how terrible I've seen people go when they actually, you know, like stray from that, it's like, no, actually, we should all be assigned names. I've decided, because I don't like how people use their freedom, that I don't want them to have it anymore. And so, as a result, you know, like, bad news, everyone. I'm taking away your ability to make your own names. In fact, I'm going to be assigning you... I'm going to be making up nicknames for everyone right now. So, Ruby Banana 27 says, can I ask you something? That's the worst question. You already did ask me something, and you wasted it on can you ask me something, which you have now done, using up your one ask. Now you're going to have to ask another question, and good luck on me seeing that. Freedom leads to stupidity. Yeah, no, one of the, like... I'm a big believer in the concept of freedom, but one of the things people don't admit to themselves is that, yeah, one of the trade-offs in freedom is that people will make very dumb decisions. Quite frequently, too, if we're being entirely honest with ourselves. And, like, you kind of have to accept that as a part... You know, like, I don't know, like, driving a car, if the value that it provides to most people is, wow, you can drive a car. To some people, it is so much more, or whatever. But, rename the stream, killing slimes for hours, says Hugh Raid. I was thinking of making a slime farm, actually. I was thinking, you know what? I think we need to finally just get aboard that train and do it. Yeah, Nicole, Holly 27. See, look at my good nickname abilities. Is your girlfriend helping with your struggles recently? This is a wildly appropriate question, trust me. But I think that Also, can you make a mini version of your wall around the world? Yeah, I think that, like, making that wall bigger might be a smart idea. Very original. How much slime do you have? Honestly, not that much slime. Not that much slime. Do you think Microsoft is lazy on developing Bedrock Edition? I mean, they release one update every year, but they haven't fixed some small bugs. They've been in the game for years. I think that, like, because of the way Minecraft developed, they have to spend so long just refactoring things to be made in a certain way. Like, there's definitely huge elements of people who just show up to work every day, and they're like, what are you working on? Oh, there's this thing. Trust me, man. Like, I feel like software development is the perfect job for almost, you know, unaccountability in some ways, right? Like, if someone asks, what are you doing? You're like, oh, I'm refactoring bug 10136. I guess there's lots of jobs that are good for that. Honestly, any office environment job, like, you have to rely on people working because they want to work to some very large extent, which I think is interesting. That's why there's always so many, like, corporate retreats and stuff. Whereas, like, if you're working at Starbucks, you can be pretty sure if the employee is serving customers or not, based on the fact that customers will tell you very quickly, I did not get my drink. You know, I think if you go to Starbucks and you're not getting your drink made because the employee is, you know, busy not doing other things, I think that, you know, using internet logic, you would actually be a, what is the word, a scab, a snitch, if you told on them. Like, let employees not do their jobs, guys. It's hard to know short term if a dev is good or a jerk, but easy medium term. I think they're like, for instance, okay, so if we just look at what we can see publicly from Minecraft developers, right? Who would you say is more productive? The developer who made an entire brand new structure and a giant new mob for Minecraft, or a developer that fixed 16 bugs last year? Right, on the surface, probably also, I gave you $2, you give me new nickname, says Turtle, Aspect 26. That's good, that's good. Imagine going to Starbucks and waiting for a worker to stop taking selfies, at IBX Toycat. I think that, one of the interesting differences between America and the rest of the world, but like particularly let's call it Europe, is it's very common to just go into a place and the people there like aren't very interested in helping you out because their whole thing is like, yeah, I'm here so I get paid. I'm not here to help you. I'm gonna help you as much as it relates to me, you know. And then, like, obviously some stores go really big on trying to incentivize employees to help customers or whatever. You know, the standout example people use, we're getting onto tips, boys. Guess what? Toycat stream, it took us 23 minutes, but we're here now. Tipping, let's talk about it. One of the weird quirks is, like, if you, like, in the UK, I'd say, like, you get, like, it's my perfect standard. Someone comes round, they ask, hey, they're, like, nice to you, what would you like to eat? You say, I would like this thing that is on the menu. They will say, oh, that thing is not on the menu, unless it is on the menu, in which case, like, that thing isn't available. How about this? Ah, that's good. Smile at you, leave, then they'll come back with your food, and then you're out there. They wait till you're done, and then they take the food away. That is primo, top-notch. That's how you do service. You let people, like, if you, and like, the American version to me is, like, over the top, where it's like, hey, are you enjoying that food you're currently eating? And it's funny because, like, actually I do understand that you can eat food and be hating the experience at the same time, because at a restaurant you're just like, I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat the terrible food anyway. I was trying to eat the blue chicken that or the purple chicken I received one time. If you go to a lot of like European countries, in my experience, maybe it's like it's tarred by the fact that these are in tourist areas. Although you'd expect if they're in tourist areas, it would. But anyway, it's like, hey, I would like to eat, please. And then a waiter maybe comes over when they feel like it, you know, if they're like, when they're done with their break, like, they wait till there's some good time for it. They're like, hey, about the boopy, you wanted the pasta, I'll give you the pasta, yeah, it's very good. You know, they get excited with you. There's the same friendly, fun conversation. Then eventually your food maybe comes out. And then if you want another drink, you will hone this guy down. Which makes kind of sense, right? Like, you would like a creeper blew up. You would like a service from this man, so you should, like, if I want money from you, I can't just be like, hey guys, give me money, I want Burger King does slushes, so just give me money, please. No, I have to be like, guys, I have this great idea. You're gonna give me £2.50, and I'm gonna use that £2.50 because my local Burger King is selling slushes for some reason. I don't know if this is every Burger King in the UK. In fact, this is the first one I've seen do it. They're very unofficial logos, but it does look, they're fancy machines. It's a Fanta machine, I think it is. Wow, looks pretty good. See, right, like you don't get to demand things from people and also be lazy about demanding those things. Except in a business transaction, in a store-based relationship, you do get to be like, hey, can I have a Big Mac? Sorry, what'd you say? Can I have a Big Mac? I can't hear you. Well, you're gonna put your ears to my, you know, like, I mean, like, actually no, but like that's the interaction that we're used to, right? Do you like, first example is basically a second channel. yeah, it works well, huh? People like European style service. Give me money and maybe I'll release a video in 2 weeks. Or maybe I won't. Who knows? Watching his streams encouraged me to play Minecraft, says Beyblade Hacks. Oh, that's awesome. You know, I'm gonna do some mining some deep slate today. You know, I want a nice simple task. This can't be too long. So I'm gonna do something very, very easy and simple. And it's gonna be good. We're gonna enjoy it. It is my cat's birthday today. Happy birthday to Kiffy's cat. Happy birthday to Kiffy's cat. Happy birthday, Kiffy's cat is alive today. Happy birthday, I hope. Does the warden have no eyes or is he blind? See, this is the age-old question. And the age-old answer is we do not know. Okay, yeah, I think I've got to destroy this whole mess sooner rather than later. Let's do some mining, chat. Oh, I don't want to use, I've got to use the unbreaking pickaxe. I really could have thought ahead and got on a knot, like an efficiency pickaxe. You know what, yeah, I can't do this. We're going to mine it with Silk Touch, and I'm just going to have a ton of deep slate. Laura Wolf says, Ant Venom mentioned your video, and yeah, I tweeted about it. Are you a fake fan, Laura Wolf XD? Do you not even follow the tweets as well? At IBX Toycat. There's just 8 days left in the new year, and I'm at, one sec. Let's factually check this one. There's just 8 days left in the new year. And I am at... I'm at 96.2 thousand subscribers. We need 3,800 of you watching this live stream. We can do it, guys. If all 3,000... If every one of you just follows me 6 times each, we'll be there. It'll be great. Toycat is a gatekeeper confirmed. Indeed. Just dig a chunk down to bedrock to get a load of deep slate. Yeah, that's the easiest way. Twitter is a hashtag hole, so guess I'm a fake fan. I think that the coolest thing about... Okay, so every social media has strengths and weaknesses. And the thing about Twitter that is kind of uniquely true, at least it can... I guess this is true for every social media. Besides the ones with algorithms that... I guess Twitter has that to some extent, but like, here's how you have a good time on social media. Follow accounts you want to follow. People in your life that you'd think to yourself, if I could hear more from them, that would be good. People on the internet that you like. Do you like seeing Ryan Reynolds ad for various things? You can follow his Twitter. Do you think that, Kim Kardashian's opinions on politics are the things that get you through the day? Follow her on Twitter. Does she have a Twitter? I'm gonna guess so. If you're a media person, you have to, right? Do you want to follow local news in your area? Follow your local, like mayor, state governor, whatever. I don't know how your country works. Follow some regional, like politicians and news people. Do you want to get spicy excited about how do you want to be mad with the other side? Because you hear what they're up to. They want to introduce this crazy thing, right? They want to give healthcare to dogs and/or they don't want to give healthcare to people and/or dogs. I mean, honestly, one of the things that like is weird to me about the UK healthcare system, like it was weird to me as a kid. I get it as an adult, but like. It's free at the point of use for everyone. Like, there's no income requirement. There's no citizenship status requirement. You go to a hospital and they give you health treatment, right? But it's not true for dogs, and that always felt like mean to me. You know, like, so like a dog is allowed to die, you know? Does that doesn't feel okay. That doesn't feel like my allowed compromise. The random breaking of blocks is disturbing. Oh yeah, people love it when you do that, right? Unpopular opinion, no healthcare for slimes. There we go. Follow people like Hugh Raid on Twitter to hear about those hot takes. Dogs don't pay taxes, says Crack Magnet. I mean, there's an interesting thing about taxes, right? Like, this is that whole, like, rights responsibility pie of, like, when you're the one receiving all the rights, you're like, okay, why don't we have everything? We could. It's definitely not impossible that we could, you know, like, provide this, that, the other. And then on the other hand, it could be like, well, clearly, you know, like, why are we, wait, like, there is an argument that is, like, at least semi-compelling, that, like, really what you're saying, like, you know, take, for example, minimum wage, right? I think that, if you live in a really, really rural part of a country, you're still bound to the minimum wage laws of that country. And so, like, it seems like the most generous thing in the world, like, man, this is good policy. Like, what you can do is you can say, you have to pay your employees X amount now, like €9, $7, £8, something like that, and like that's like really generous. But what you're really saying is this person right here, this employer, now has a responsibility to pay their employee that amount as a minimum, so they have as a right. You know, you're saying these group of people, you got to give something to these group of people. Same with you know, like you could say just as easily that like. When you, I don't know, like, when you do like anything good or bad, you're like, I don't know, what's a weird. Okay, here's an example: churches, right? They don't pay taxes, but so by giving them that exemption, you're saying, okay, we're gonna take less money from churches and take more from everyone else because the things churches do are so good that it's worth doing anyway. You know, like all these weird examples of like, it seems like you're doing a good thing. Like, yeah, we're really helping these guys to do something. But what you're really doing is saying, these people have to do this nice thing for these other people. And they have to do it. There's no legal way out. And I always found it to be the weirdest thing. Because, like, people always get that when it's them being the group that is forced to give the thing. But, like, we always have, like, very little empathy for other groups in that way. You know, like, oh yeah, well, of course. You know, of course. I followed you on Twitter. Thank you, Tess. Aww. It's a fake name, so you probably didn't even follow me on Twitter. Can you do a video on keybinds? I saw you middle clicking video. I'm surprised. I do have a video on how my controller is set up coming out in January sometime, maybe. Anyway, in the Middle Ages, the churches took the money from everyone. Yeah, to some extent, like, paying 10% of your income, like, it's called a tithing. Paying 10% of your income to a church is like the earliest version of an income tax we have. Whereas the only people who paid money to the government were, what, like, what's the word for it? Like, land nobility or whatever. I followed you on Twitter, IVX Toycat says Orange Brian Smith. Why weren't you following me already? Wait, you definitely were already following me. You know, I don't believe you either. Dyeing a golem blue will make a fake warden. Tithe to Toycat. Honestly, that's where the money's at. Gotta convince people, hey, if you're a true Toycat fan, give 10% of your income to the cause. I mean, like, do you not believe that we should be destroying and building these structures? Do you not believe that? Are you a non-believer? It sounds like you guys are non-believers. I don't know if I like that. Don't know if I think that that's okay. Been a long time since Orange Square. Okay, here you go. Let's do it. Someone needs to get something from this stream. There we go. Okay, so this is thanks to Peen. Everyone say thank you to Peen for the Orange Square. I think it massively improves the stream quality too. I think this is a big boost. Everyone just say thank you. This is very useful, right? Do you like this? Do you think we're doing good? I think we're doing good. I do love me some orange. I donate, but to the cause, but I'm broke. Thank you. I love, by the way, that all the spellings of that name that have come up. That's very interesting to me. Anyway, he looks like he's gonna give a presentation at a business meeting. Ah, thank you. Okay, I've got this presentation I've been meaning to give for a while. Fire. Is it actually as bad as we say it is? I would say no. Wait, one sec. I've got an experiment to run. So I've got this wet paper towel. I mean, it's actually dried out now, but I've got a wet paper towel. Do you think that burns? No, right? What if I put beer on? You know what? This is not an experiment I should be doing on the internet. P-E-E-N says Jacqueline Smith. Pretty sure that's how you say it. I mean, I'm not a Dutch person, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Fire is amazing. I love fire. It just looks so good. Second person to burn down their house playing Minecraft. Took out doing fake business meetings because he heard the builders outside his door and told him he was in one. I have exciting news. There's no more builders happening in my house for Christmas. You know, on the one hand, I'm happy because like, oh, I get like some time off from people being in my life. On the other hand, I'm thinking like, you know, I just joined as a Dutch person. I heard Dutch person. What's this about? Oh, I was just saying like tier list of people that I don't consider to be real humans. And so like, obviously you've got to start with like the French. That's where you go in inevitably. But then from the French, it's like, well, the Dutch are kind of near France. And so I was like, and then there's the Dutch people, second on the tier list of barely human people. See, I'm allowed to make fun of these ethnicities because they're in Europe. I hope that we don't have like a woke shift where one day like, you know, actually, if you think about it, making fun of white people is really not okay either. Actually, I mean, like it'd be useful for society to have even standards. But you know, it would be unuseful for my comments about French people. So, you know, kind of a little bit of both right there. Yeah, would Australians be on this list, says Aquaplace? Australian people aren't real. Again, look up a kookaburra. If you're watching right now, you're thinking, oh, I'm not gonna do that. That's fine. No, look up kookaburras. They are very cute animals, but they're so cute they look.
You inspired me with your Lighting the World project to light up a tundra to turn it to a plains biome.
That's a really cool idea, actually. I want to do that now. I'm stealing your idea that you made. Yeah, you can't stop me. Try. See how that goes. At least we're not number one on that list. No one can ever be the worst in the world at anything while France is allowed to exist. I'm sorry if there are any French viewers. They must be very confused by my constant bullying. How do you feel about the Quebecois? If there's any... Though, okay, you know what? At least French people understand, vaguely. You know, they have the conception of the idea that maybe actually, you know, like, okay, maybe we need to use English in some contexts. Whereas in Quebec, where I can't even do I don't even know what like is stereotypically Quebecois, like poutine and maple syrup. You know, here's the crazy thing about your province, Quebecies. You don't. I hope that someone is called Becky and is from Quebec. If that's not true, I would be shocked. But okay, so now I'm gonna make this go down one. There we go. Just gotta increase the gap a little bit. But do you know what a pito hole is? I don't know what I just read out loud, but I'm worried about it. No, the problem with Quebec is they have these language laws, and the idea is that they're a French-speaking minority within a English-speaking country, and so they need to preserve the Frenchness. It needs to be preserved. Is this French? I don't know. But like, there's so many dumb laws. Like, French doesn't have to be alongside the English. French has to be bigger. You cannot have English first, then French second. Even though most of the people in Quebec speak English, they don't want outsiders coming in and being able to enjoy it. Although in reality, they want outsiders to come in and be like, "Ooh, it's so French. I see the baguette and it." Yeah, I'm not going to talk about Quebec anymore. This is only going offensive places. I feel like we started at moderately offensive, went up to really offensive, and then like comfortably sat in that area. Whereas the idea is you're meant to be very mildly offensive in a way where people are like, "Oh, you're probably wrong," and then like step it all up to like maybe we should go for you know, like maybe we should try and get them all, you know, round them up, and then you go back down to like ha 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 ha, JK, unless, You know, that's how you meant to do a joke like that. No, I'm like I think I've said before, like I'm a an Anglo linguist, something, I don't know. I would like the whole world to just move to one language. Obviously, I would like for that to be English, because it's the one I happen to have a command over. I would be down as long as it's any language besides French, though. Fun fact, the term lingua franca, which describes, like, the language that you speak, you know, as, like, the thing, is actually, like, French. Because French was the first language. Like, if you look at the original US presidents, almost all of them spoke French, because you needed to in international negotiations. Only French I know is ménage à trois. I can look at my. Okay, everyone. Here, let me show you my French. Croissant. I think it's bien for good. Bien, croissant, croissant. Je m'appelle Toycat. Français es mode. Okay, I'm sorry, French people. You know, all of them are gone now. And any person who was French who even considered watching the channel has gone. Actually, nah. I think I'm all right. Okay, I think I'm all right. That was racist. It's okay. I said it in French, so it's all fine. You know, when I'm in a bad mood, I take it out on the French, and the French know this already. The French know that, like, deep down, I don't hate anyone besides them, and so. I can't even apologize. In mid-apology, I have to double down on, like, actually, you know, is there... we are here in the moderately offensive territory. Okay, let's back down for a second so we can double back down in a bit. Okay, so what we're gonna do, something I've been intending to do for a while, because I've got this flint and steel anyway. I've got all these scaffoldings. Let's go ahead and let's burn some of them. Let's see what it looks like. Mon chapeau est plein de gros salmon. Ah, big salmon. I love it. Your French sounds kind of Spanishy. Oh yeah, I know too much Spanish compared to my French. And so if I don't know a French word, I just say the Spanish word, but like vaguely French. And I hope that no one pays attention. And usually it works. Okay, so now we're gonna try and place as many fire. Oh, okay, that didn't work as intended. We placed a ton of these around, and oh, there's a spore blossom up there. That seems useful. So fire over there, fire up there, fire up there. Just as much of this as possible. We want to literally wipe it out. So when we see them come back, we wipe it out even more, you know? Just like full, gone, as best we can. Toy Cat commits arson. Also, thank you very much to Jackie Ann. It is good to see you. The tip was, glad to catch a stream today. Always puts me in a good mood. Thanks for being here. Hey, I'm glad they put you in a good mood. You know what puts me in a good mood? I mean, when we talk about exterminating a certain region north of Spain and west of Germany. But, yeah, it's, you know, that, again, it's fine. They're European. It's, you're allowed to talk. You're allowed to joke about them. One day this will bite me in the butt because I'll realize I'm like a proud Frango, you know, like linguist. I'm like, oh, but French is just so beautiful. You speak French to the, you know, English is the language for business. French is the language of love and passion. That'll be me in 5 years, and then people will play these quotes back to me. And I'll be like, well, you see, what is... You know, honestly, I've said this before, but like, hate is a form of love. Hate is 100% a form of love. We pretend it's not, but like, it is. It's like one of the most passionate things you can feel for a person. That's why I always recommend don't hate people. You're putting them right back in your brain where they want to be. Also, it's really easy to heal up this flint and steel, huh? I like that. I'm a French Canadian, and that was hilarious, not insulting. Thank you very much, Mary Claire Laflèche. Now you need to let me know if you know a French Canadian called Becky, because a Quebecy Becky, Quebecois Becky, Becky the Quebecy. There we go. That's what I was going for. That sounds like a novel waiting to write itself. I never knew you could enchant flint and steel, but why would you? I mean, why would you enchant anything in Minecraft? Like, think about it, right? Like, Oh god, where did that... why did that grab... Okay, whatever. We got a problem. I'll get rid of it, of course. You know, it's funny how Minecraft generates sometimes, right? Just gravel in the ceiling. I can't... The tip isn't... Something about these blocks was just buggy. It was not letting me do the thing. I don't hate. I just don't care about them, says Darkest666. Exactly my opinion on... You know what? No, it's fine. People shed tears for my mending shears. Oh, I love my mending shears. They're one of my favorite things that I have. Okay. Oh god, that was weird. We got... Oh, if they fall into this biome, the good news is that they will just be destroyed by the lanterns, so... This is why you need lantern biomes, chat. This is why you need lantern biomes. Actually, you know what? Given that I mined so much iron last week, maybe it makes sense to use it to make, like, a ludicrous amount of... Yeah, I think that's actually not a terrible idea. I can get sticks en masse. I can get coal relatively easily, I think. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I think we should do that, right, chat? Make an actual lantern biome somewhere. Did you know all the people born in Antarctica have a 0% fatality rate? Yeah, it's one of those stats. It's like Greenland is either the most suicidal or the least suicidal place in the world in a given year. Whenever you have small sample sizes, your data gets skewed by, you know, like, you get me, like, okay, if you take COVID, right, it's killed something like 1 in every 1,000 humans. It might be 1 in every 2,000 humans. It's something in that ballpark. And so if you were to look at a given 1,000 humans, either you would find a massive overrepresentation or a massive underrepresentation based on whatever factors you're going for: age, location, relative, you know, like maybe status of those things that goes in your arms, huh? But like you know, you would find like if as an example, you know, like I think it's 1 in every like 2 people has now had COVID. But I have not had COVID, at least that I know of. It seems likely that I would have, right? You know, anyone who lives with me does not. And so, no, it's actually 1 in 1,000 people killed by COVID. Hey, Google, what is the death toll of COVID so far? It's not what I said.
Search the web for that.
Just COVID. I just want to hit... I think it's 1 in 1,000. 4.5 million. Yeah, it's 1 in 2,000. Just like a little bit less than 1 in 2,000. Just under 1 in 2,000 people have died from COVID. It's probably more like 1 in 1,000 once you take into account like under testing, right? Because although there's a lot of over testing in the Western world, there's a lot of under testing in the not Western world, and so if you balance those out, add for it a little bit. And so yeah, 1 in 2,000 people to 1 in 1,000 people have died from it. But if you take the 1,000 people from your high school class, I guarantee you no one in that class has died if you didn't go to high school, unless you went to high school like 100 years ago. Vatican City had the highest fatality rate in 1998. Yeah, right. Like small data sets are always gonna give you skewed results because they're less likely to average out all the other factors that you're trying to actually average out. You know what? Today you're learning things of Toycat, huh? Do you want to learn... What are we going to learn about tomorrow? What are we going to learn about then? 3 people from my class are dead, says Laura Shoesmith, not from COVID. Oh, yeah. If you take my class, I think we're on 2 suicides now. Oh, no, we're on 2 suicides. We're on a life in prison... where oh god, I think there's an overdose in there somewhere. Not a single COVID death yet, obviously, because again we're a young group. It's not what you expect. And so like as far as I'm concerned, there is a suicide epidemic in my surrounding, you know, in the people that I knew. You grew up in a nice area, says Orange Brian Smith. I don't want to dox myself, but I did hear it was the cocaine capital of the UK. Like, in terms of, like, drug seekers for a bit, you know? Feels like a shame to live somewhere like that and not be into cocaine, right? But, you know, the things we do. The things we do. 1 sec, everyone. You should see how many people agree to the terrible memes. That's a good idea. Okay, pretend I was here the whole time. You guys all saw me, right? I went to go watch a movie today. It was good. Charles Sonan, thank you for 5 months of membership. It doesn't say more on screen, even now. Clearly, this is a sign we need to switch from Streamlabs. I don't approve dead children in my arms, is all. Says Darkest 666. I don't think we have enough, like, dead children representation in the media sometimes. Right? Like, we always say, like, oh, and it was a real tragedy when... And it's like, you know, like, is every single, you know, one of these a tragedy? Or is there, like, a sliding spectrum of how bad it is? Or, let's put it this way, right? Like, you know, like, how many... You know how... Okay. You know how easy it is to go missing, right? Like, it's a very easy thing. People do it all the time. Oh, if we remove these, then the ceiling stops being lit up, which is actually a problem. You live in London, I'm 100% sure you live in South London, because it's the cocaine capital. Says, Mohammed Penguin Gamer. No, I mean, like, as best I know, I haven't seen any cocaine where I live, which is, I see a lot of, other crimes. Honestly, again, like, the one cool thing about drug crime is at least it's just people harming themselves. The crime in my area is a ton of, like, theft. So I can't use my phone outside on the walk to the tube station, because I know that is unsmart, statistically speaking. Yeah, anyway, should I go pick up that Spore Blossom finally? I think I should. Put string under them if you don't want them to grow. Yeah, that might be smart. No, I just don't want them here at all. I want to, like, entirely erase the traces off this biome. Okay, so let's do this. But yeah, I think that expensive houses will obviously be robbed most. Oh no, that's so I'm assuming you're guessing because I live in an I don't actually live in an expensive area. Actually, okay. There's this really regional. Okay, so if you've ever looked at what are the quirky things about London? Like in America. Okay, so let's go back 5 conversations, probably more like 20. One of the things people say about America a lot is like zoning leads to expensive houses because you literally can't build houses in a ton of parts of America that people would build houses were they not legally prohibited from doing so. And like this is something that like compels to my natural biases that like, yeah, of course, you know, a government plan to help people out has backfired and is now causing a housing crisis. That is my instinct to say that. But the thing is, if you look at the UK, for example, or you know, if you look at Toronto, which is a city that predates zoning laws, or you look at the UK, which is a country that predates zoning laws, you'll notice that those places have higher property prices. Even though you can theoretically build a house anywhere, according to the zoning regulations, in reality there's like local planning permissions and there's like all sorts of things going into it. And like it is a very weird one because some of that is protecting. Your whistling scared me to death. I lost my hamster in bed and I mistook him for it screaming. You know what? That'll teach you to not know your hamster's screaming noise. Shower stream. I have black mold in my shower. And on the one hand, that's bad. Yeah, that's all I'm saying now. You don't have to use a flint and steel. Well, it's fun to use a flint and steel. You ever consider that? You ever consider that I'm not doing it because I have to? I'm doing it because I want to. Are you feeling better, says Sam? Better in what sense of the word? That's the real question we should be asking, right? Yeah, I think we get more done when we punch it, but it's also like sometimes if there's a big patch of it, I think we can achieve some things by lighting it on fire. That we're not otherwise. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that just more satisfying? Sheer right click. Let's see what happens when... Oh, I don't have shears on me. The noise of flint and steel is satisfying. I mean an exhaust fan. Oh yeah, I don't know why it's still appearing anyway. Like, it doesn't make sense that there is some despite. Also, it's got an extractor fan here, so that's an interesting difference in culture there, Jacqueline. The weird thing to me. Okay, let's light it. The weirdest thing to me. Also, thank you very much to Oscar Peterson. Did you know? Do you think the Savannah revamp will be on Wild update? Yeah, I think it's a very likely possibility. I think that as far as any option goes, it's just as likely as the next one. So Cat, what countries have you visited? Too many. You gotta go to like jetpunk.com/map/toycat. There's a map where you can see them all. So Cat, I need to see your bathtub that you'll drink out of. Oh, I bought a new bathtub. Okay. So, like, people are always like, again, people have weird standards of things like don't drink out of the bathtub, Toy Cat. I just got a new bathtub actually in this house. Is it safe to drink out of a fresh bathtub that no one has bathed in yet? Like, obviously, I don't know, do your bleaching or whatever first. You know, do your weird hygiene protocols. But then after that, what do you reckon, chat? What's the verdict from all of us? I think it's a complex one. I think it's a surprisingly complex one. So do we get all of these ones down? I guess we could... No, we got all of those down. Chug that water. Show us the tub. Do you want to come see my bathtub? I need to get a wireless camera that I can use for these. Because I do want to, like, show you around sometimes. But I physically cannot. Should we drink some more banana beer? What annoys me is when... Why? Don't call it banana-flavored beer if it's going to taste like beer. Call it beer-flavored beer with banana damn tones. You know, imagine buying ice cream and every ice cream flavor was, like, ice. It's like, well, it's ice is in the name. Like, of course we're gonna go for ice. No, I'm here for the chunky monkey bits or whatever. You know, I'm here for the cookie dough. I'm not here for the ice cream. I don't know how you got that in your mind. Okay, let's keep on going. You can look around on his Memberoni house tour that I definitely haven't seen, says Brian Smith. Are you condoning piracy? This is disgusting, Brian Smith. Imagine buying beer and being mad that it tastes like beer. You know what? Imagine being called Jacqueline. Do your parents think that you live in the 1800s? Is that what's that? There we go. Gotta go an extra layer on this one. You know, that's... Oh, God. Should have seen that coming, really. Should have seen that coming. I'm gonna have so many glowberries after this. We should make a block of glowberries. I'm gonna be upset when I find that that's not a thing, despite already very clearly being aware that that's not a thing. So I'm gonna pick some deep slate up. I'm gonna place a couple, and I'm gonna just break this in my fist. Yeah, there we go. Get me a spore blossom. Actually, I prefer the flint and steel noise more than shears. Hence why I love ciders. I'm listening to music and your whistling's been matching up, says Elwie Watts. Tell me the song you're listening to and I'll whistle it without knowing where you are on the song, and it'll be great. I'm saying that as if I'm gonna know whatever song you're listening to. We have extractor fans in the US, but they're called vents. Yeah, every bathroom I've ever been in has had an extractor fan in the UK. They literally didn't have a name for me when I was born, and Nurse was like, I like the name Jacqueline, so they went with that. I was an unplanned baby. Yeah, no, you're saying that story as if that makes sense because you're an unplanned baby, but it's not as if like, oh yeah, you popped out of the womb one day. Like, no, oh God, is that the spider? It is the spider. It's not like you popped out one day. They had months of planning. They knew like there will be a baby. What are we gonna call it? And they put off the decision so late that it's out there, and they're like, I don't know. What do you think, Nurse? You know? Like, I can understand going to Subway and asking, like, so what sub do you like, Mr. Subway Man? Because the Subway Man has, you know, made more subs than you. But, like, the sub that you take home is going to have less impact on your life than the name of your daughter or son. You're Not even gonna discriminate based on gender. It'd be stupid regardless. And if you're gonna make it up on the spot, you've at least gotta go random number generator. Like, okay, I'm gonna name the child. Hey Google, give me a random name.
I call you a confidant and a good person, but above all, I'd like to call you a friend.
Aw, that's sweet. I'm gonna call the child friend now. What do you guys reckon about parents that like try to be friends with their children? Is that weird to everyone, or is that just me? Am I the lone person who thinks that that's the creepiest thing in the world? I understand like being friendly, you know, being on good. You should change your name to Unplanned Baby. I agree with James Weston. Jacqueline Smith, petition to change your name. Let's do it. Thank you very much for the tip, by the way. Every time I give money, I'm robbing my future self. That is factually accurate. That is what you're doing, and you know what? You should be ashamed of yourself, honestly. It's weird and it doesn't work, says Generic Ego. You know what else is weird and doesn't work? I know a kid named Devil. Yeah, it gives me Loki gives me a perv vibe. It's usually mothers and the daughters, right? Like, I feel like a dad would be too proud to try and be friends with their children. I wanted to change my YouTube name for a while, says Jacqueline Smith. I'm just saying, Unplanned Baby is a lot less doxable. You know, it's not like you're the only one of those. It's not like you're the only one of those around here. Is that weird? Friends of your child, says Bianca Rumor. Yeah, being friendly with your child, right? But you know when they're like trying to be cool and being like perfect peers, and it's like, ooh, yeah, there's something under that. There's some issues. I love being best friends with my mom. Well, you know, now we've offended more people. I think we got some mothers in there. We got some children in there. We got everyone. That's good. What countries do you love and hate the most? I'm not going back to that question. You need to not be talking the whole time, says Ed Menengi. Okay. I'm going to leave long gaps between my thoughts. So I went to watch a movie today. It's pretty good. So the interesting thing about London housing is it like, because of the fact that it is such an old city, like there were historically bad bits, good bits. I'd say south and then also east, and then also like northwest are like historically poor areas, whereas central and slightly north and slightly west and also very west and also very southwest are the traditionally rich areas. But like over time, you get some poorer areas mixing with the richer areas, and you get richer areas being built right in the middle of the poor areas. And so, you know, like my local supermarket, my local supermarket is in such a bad area. They have security guards. They have 2 security guards at the front of the store. They have another security guard, like, you know, always like, you know the post they sit at, the little screens they look at? There's one of those sitting there. Then there are random guards walking around the store. And then on every single aisle, there is a sign saying that detectives, like plainclothes detectives operate in this store. We will prosecute every time. I've never been to a supermarket that is so heavy on, it's just like, you know, it could just be that this is white collar crime, but I don't think so. I have an imagining that there is a lot of theft happening at this store. And so yeah, are you using a green or a blue screen? I am using a green. If you steal, you'll be hanged. You know, here's the thing about also thank you very much Laura Shoesmith for the £5 tip. I meeting my boyfriend in January for the first time. I think my boyfriend's parents. What do I do? See, here's the thing. I used to go into this thinking like, what does it matter? Not my parents. But like as I've evolved, I've realized like having someone you care about's family like you, or even their friends like you, is actually very important, right? Hey Nightbot, screaming as for goats. Yeah, I think that clearly, Why am I back to mining? Shouldn't I be? I've got to be taking down these. Got to be taking down these things. This is my job now. Anyway, I think what RTX pack do you use? I use Kelly's RTX. Thank you for asking. So anyway, sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, I think the so I went to a movie today. Was good. He's still standing, Ace, says Myra B. Oh, at this point, I don't think I need to stand anymore. Like, I went for a 2-hour walk today and then sat down for 3 hours. Oh, at a movie I saw. Let me tell you about it. If you're new here, I went to see a movie today and like, it was good. Wasn't great. Was good though. Was good. Would I watch it again? Would have to see about that one. Have to see about that one. Advice Toy Cat. Oh, there we go. But yeah, you want to care about your you obviously want to care about it because like having them like you is beneficial for you as well as for them. And also, you know, like you want to like show the person you care about to the people around them that like, yes, you are a good choice. Was it Spider-Moon? Oh no, I stole Spider-Man last week. We had a whole ethical debate about it. But I stole Spider-Man. They got none of my money. Love a vague movie review. OBX Toy Cat being super detailed and philosophical about everything but the movie. No, I gave the most philosophical take I could. Like I went into the movie, I had expectations, and then it was good. You know, it really teaches us a thing about how sometimes you expect something in life, and then those expectations are exactly head on. You know, sometimes, you know, you think to yourself, like, can this really match those? And then it does. Okay, what to do with your friend's family? Your boyfriend's family even, which is arguably like a friend, but with extra steps. Lot more romance, I imagine. A lot less, I don't know, 1 AM calls to fix the plumbing. That happens if a lot of your expectations are tiny. I think that the easiest thing you can do is give them a gift. Let's be honest, people want to be bribed. If you, like, I am literally here shilling saying, hey, if you give me money, I'll like you 1% more. And people are like, yeah, I know that. I want that. That is, and like, it's a good deal. Some would say. And so, yeah, I don't know. I guess my point here is bribe. If you give people money, they like you more. And it doesn't sound true, but trust me when I say that it is. I can't believe how just full my inventory is getting and how little I'm doing about it. Okay, I want to go to sleep, but I also want to... Thank you very much, OxyCleaner Max Power, for the new membership. Oh no, it's 4 months, never mind. You know, not even a new membership. We need to do another member drive soon. Wow, Toy Cat, you're so hot. I can't wait when you drop the swag and we can combine it into... Okay, well that was a thing. No, okay. I walked a couple hours, like across London today. Because even though I live right next to a cinema, I was like, you know what? There's one that's really cheap, but it's 2 hours away. And so I can convert 2 hours of my time into £3.50, which sounds like a good deal as far as I'm concerned. And so I did precisely that. I made the forbidden deal. Can I maybe light the ceiling? Ah, I can! Ah, that's how we can punch a little bit further than we otherwise would be able to, huh? Deep Dark looking good. Thank you very much, Oxy Clean Max Power. It's a fun name you have going on there. Okay, now let's break this. It's going to drop everywhere. Not my problem. I mean, it is my problem, but not my current problem. Place one of these, and then just get as far this way as we can. Yeah, I think this was the way to go from the beginning. Just, like, max out this way. Burn that one. Burn that one. Can we get the ceiling over there, maybe, if we really try? Yeah, we can. Oh, no, we can't. Maybe it's just... There we go. Okay, so light that on fire, light that on fire. I think we made some really good progress. I also think we showed just how much darker the cave gets when you undo this, though. I'll behave if I get removed from timeout. I apologize for pretending to scream like a goat. So okay, do you think the loot table will be like in Deep Dark Cities? Anyway, so I went to a movie today. It was good. I don't know if I've mentioned that one yet, but like sometimes you just have these experiences and you know the internet's gonna love them. You know, like this is the story to tell for days to come. You know, here's something I learned. You know how in some countries, it's illegal to hit children, right? Like you can't corporally abuse children, and it's something, you know, like some people would argue that it should be all countries. Some people, you know, that's not what I'm here to say today. I just wanted to say that, like, yeah, you generally are not allowed to hit children, but in some countries it's legal. And it's crazy because, you know, I've always been on this very anti-child attitude, as I'm sure you're aware. However, what's weird, what they don't tell you, and you need to keep this in mind, is in the countries where it is okay to hit children, there is a caveat they don't tell you about, that it has to be your own. And you only learn that lesson once. But there we go. See, look how fun I am. He's continued, but it is in some countries it's legal to hit children, Toycat said. He continued, but I oppose this kind of law. I mean, like, here's the thing about children, right? We are children a person or a piece of property? Right? That sounds ludicrous. That sounds like, Toycat's going on a bit again. But like, you know, we've taken this like collective view that like, oh yeah, every child is the responsibility of every person. No, I disagree. Your child is not my responsibility, actually. And if you wanna teach it how to smoke, I would like it if you didn't. But it's I just want you to not have children, ideally. You know, I'll keep them away from me. You know, that's all I really need from you and your children. Anyway, so with that said, we're doing pretty well here, huh? We've got like a big belt going across that way we should do. But it's feeling good anyway. I'm not gonna watch someone else's kid, Lamau, sorry. You're not, you should. You're missing out. Okay. Unplanned smoking baby. Anyway, I've gotta go to sleep like soon. So thank you for coming along to the stream. I'm probably gonna stream, oh no, I will stream tomorrow. Thank you for, even though this was a bit of a messy stream, thank you for coming along and enjoying it anyway. See, I just assumed your enjoyment, but it's okay, because trust me, it is. I'm gonna be doing something tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone, and I'll see you all tomorrow, unless I don't, as always. Goodbye. This music's nice. This music's good. Yeah, I'm actually standing up still, even though I can sit, just because my desk is all raised for this height. So let's move it back down now. Let's celebrate. Let's make the big celebration. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's the wrong way. There we go. I think we almost broke something. Okay, ignore the things that aren't working right now. Focus on the good things. I think you'll find we're great. Yeah, we need to go a little bit lower, huh? There we go. Oh, what do we keep hitting? Oh, it's my PC, I think. So yeah, for everyone who was complaining that my head was going a little bit too high, here we go. This is the closest you can get instead. Do you like this? Do you like looking at just my hairline and my eyes? Yeah, you like this, internet? You like just an eye stream? This is so weird. I don't know why this is a thing. Anyway, yeah, good world. Have a good stream night. If you want, you can check out my Twitter or watch a video or something. I don't know. Not the boss of you. This will be added to the unlisted live streams playlist too. Keeping you up to date on that. Goodbye. Oh, my head hurts. I'm gonna drink some water.